Okay, another bonus track here.
Yeah, World Inside. It's
A World Inside.
so if you ever wanted to know what this is, I know everybody's going to want to now see the Brooke Maxwell one man Ride the Cyclone. Yeah, yeah.
No, you don't.
I pay tickets. Yeah, you should choose puppets. Anyway, this was to replace Sugar Clouds. We were because initially, so we kind of I don't even know why we were replacing Sugar Clouds, but we were. But that song was really cool. But yeah, so you get like notes or anything that like, because the thing is, I mean, I think it was just kind of floated out the idea of like, okay, so what if, because Sugar Clouds has a kind of joyful kind of, how would you describe it? Abstract kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this one is far more, I think the lyrics are really pertinent and pretty and everything that, so this one's more kind of less metaphorical.
Yeah,
right?
trying to really get inside Constance's head.
Yeah.
And it's funny. This one was the circumstance of this. We were encouraged to try to rewrite the Sugar Cloud or that Constance's song.
Yeah.
While the show was actually rehearsing in Seattle. So rehearsals are going on. It was a very challenging time. We had Rachel wasn't doing super well. Seattle was amazing. The people were so great. The theaters there, ACT Theater,
great.
Avenue, were just
it was
so good. We're spoiled children on so many levels, but sometimes it's hard to remember that because we were so under the gun to write this song over in a very limited amount of time. So I remember like there was 2 or 3 days there. I got sick and the only cough medicine I could find was NyQuil. So I was just like, I smelled like NyQuil. I was tasting NyQuil, trying to play guitar, but I'm not a guitar player mostly. So my fingers were shredded by like the 4th take. Jacob and I just trying to write lyrics, trying to get the basic concepts together. And it was, I think probably the most challenging experience I've ever been into as a songwriter. And it actually felt like the most professional songwriting we've done, in terms of we had a grocery list almost of like, the song needs to be this, about this, include this, include this, be this song, be this long, coming from this energy and go into that energy. And so it was a real
kind of, and
not that it was it wasn't calculated, but we just had a certain amount of restrictions where one of the metaphors I've used when describing this to some of my friends is like, when we were originally writing these songs, it was like we had access to a fabric store and we could just make anything we wanted out of whatever fabric we wanted. And we had rolls of it and it was just great. And then as you start to learn about narrative and story and the constrictions of musical theater, a song has to have a function and take you from a place or tell you about a character. It always has to be doing something. It can't just be about teddy bears, rock and roll, beach party.
I mean, and that's the funny thing is, I mean, I think that, because I mean, I think Brooke and I started with like, honestly, I think it just initially started as like, let's just have fun and it'll be a goof, right? Because we'd written a bunch of cabaret numbers, or Brooke had written a ton of cabaret numbers for the show, and it was just like, I'd kind of come up with a general skeleton idea, and he kind of and the great thing about Brooke is he's such a genre beast that I kind of go, so it's kind of like an Elvis-y kind of meets klezmer, kind of meets, kind of, a little bit of 8-bit digital, and go, sure, got it. Then he kind of process it and then kind of, so I think the thing is, I mean, that's one of the kind of interesting things about the struggle of Ride the Cyclone over the years, because what we end up creating kind of rejected anything other than the spirit in which it was created. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't want to be a logical musical, right? You know what I mean? I definitely did tons of work to make it have a bit of an arc to it, right? And have arc with the kids, but it still didn't want to be like it just rejected anything like, hello, my name is Constance, I'm very sad today, right? Like it didn't want it like Ride the Cyclone, whatever the thing was that visited us, refused to have songs like that in the show, even though it would have been a lot easier, right? But it wanted hits, it wanted kind of abstraction with it, right? But it didn't. Because I guess I'm a little bit more aware of musical theater than Brooke was coming in, but not that much actually. And so, but knowing kind of those kind of narrative songs, kind of going, didn't really feel right for this show. Like kind of, my name is Noel. I mean, of course, some of those songs, I mean, of course, people write them brilliantly. I'm not making fun of them. But like Noel going, I am Noel, I'm very sad. I live in I have to work at Taco Bell, but what I really want to do is paint or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Didn't feel right for this show at all.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
everybody's,
I love it in other shows, right?
everybody's got the things that they speak to, and as artists or creators or whatever we are, you have to speak from the place that excites you, and so we didn't get as excited about those types of songs.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes you create something, and I know this sounds kind of wanky, but sometimes it kind of tells you what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It tells you what it wants, and it goes, I'm not gonna, like, and it'll reject things like a bad kidney or something like that, right? Yeah. And you go, oh, too bad this doesn't fit in here, but it doesn't want it. Yeah. But sorry to set up this song, but this song I think is kind of really great, and kind of, I think we just, I think it was, once again, it was, I think, Rick again, kind of with the idea of, you don't want to have too many emotional guts in the thing, like only save one. Right? You know what I mean? I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a fun tune.
Well, and again, in our progression or regression or whatever we've gone for over in the last 10 years or 12 years, what I was saying about this song in particular was we had that grocery list. So we had, like, back to the fabric store metaphors, like we had some very specific elements that we needed to make this dress or whatever, and we worked really hard.
Oh yeah, that one was like, that felt totally like the closest we came to I guess old Stax artists or anything like that. They go, just crank them out, baby, right? Like, we really
Brill Building sort of Tin Pan Alley kind of thing. But and of course the irony is, at the end of it, where we got this song in its demo form, and we were both fairly exhausted and happy with it. And we took it to Rachel, and she was super excited about it. And then we tried to put it in the show, and like Jacob was saying, it was just there's nothing wrong with that kidney, but it just didn't finish in the show. So we worked so hard with the deadline, and also not doing all the other things that we're supposed to be doing in the show, like
just
rehearsals and
ours off, and then kind of, and then all of a sudden it goes, you go, no, it doesn't want that one. Right? You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't want it. Right?
It was in the show. We worked super hard. It was in the show for 2 days, and Rachel pulled us both aside and said, "So sorry, you guys." But
she was always so sweet about that too. I mean, she was so sweet about it, but she was, I mean,
you have to do what's right. You have to
bones about it. She was never like, it's never, you never knew that Rachel was never on the fence about things. It was just kind of, she tried it, she experienced it, and she just went, nope, doesn't work, right? But then you do all that work for it. But I think that's just the hilariousness of many moons ago, me going, oh, let's write a musical, that'll be easy. Right? You know what I mean? Compared to writing a play, I go, whoa, no. Whoa, that guy was totally in Dreamtown. I think that musicals are way harder. Anyway,
so here's this is called A World Inside, which is still kind of encapsulates one of the main themes, I think, of the show.
But
didn't make it in the show. So there you go.
But enjoy.